everybody. Welcome to another Lead In with Lorne. Great to have you back. And sometime this idea of taking sort of ownership and for culture is a really can feel like a very daunting kind of activity. It can feel like, well, that really is such at a strategic level. What can I really do? And I'd love to have you think about your little area that you're part of or responsible for as like a franchise of the overall league that makes up your organization. And what kind of prompted me thinking about this is that I read an article in the New York Times today, and I'm going to write about it in my blog a little more extensively if you want to read it when it lands on Tuesday. But it was a very critical article about the regressive Stone Age, is what they called it, culture of the Las Vegas Raiders football team. Now, when the NFL has an overall cultural brand, of course, a sub-brand of that is what happens on each particular franchise. And, there have been a couple that have been struggling lately with their brand experience, the Washington Commodores, and this more recently, this article about the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly Oakland LA Raiders. And this iconic brand is just getting creamed. Now, what has that got to do with you? Inside every organization, there are many cultures that sort of come together to kind of give the trends and the overall kind of flow and definition for the entire culture. And I have been around organizations where the general culture has been quite positive, but there have been pockets that have been quite toxic. And what are some of the indications? Well, one of them is that people are just miserable, and they are very vocal about expressing it. And they're spending way too much time talking about how frustrated they are rather than doing things to really kind of contribute and create more value. I'm not saying that they don't do their jobs, but they're generally just miserably unhappy as a group, and they talk about it amongst each other and to other people. The second thing is that there's a fair amount of turnover inside that particular unit, or there's lots of grumbling about looking for a job or trying to get transferred out. And then the third thing is that the confidence in that group starts to be impacted by the reaction of the rest of the community that's got a sense that something's going on there. So my whole message here is that sometimes you can get overwhelmed with this big strategic kind of cultural initiative, but there's so much you can do leading from where you are with your own culture, with your own area, whether you're a team member or you're running a team. For your area of responsibility, you can be people first. You can be sure that everybody knows their purpose and how they contribute to it. You can be clear about the values that you as a group honor and how it connects with the bigger organization-wide values. You can be a servant leader and make sure that you've got that kind of deep care for the people around you. You can think about making sure that you have conditions for psychological safety and belonging. You can listen like crazy and make sure that people do have growth and disruptive mindset, and you're challenging them, and that you are kind of activating peer-to-peer and lots of collaboration, and that you're playing and experimenting, and that you're just continually helping people grow their personal equity. That's all there is to it, and that's everything there is to it. It's that simple, and that's hard. That's the paradox. But remember, you're a mini franchise inside the bigger franchise. And if everybody does their part, then you create an extraordinary, credible culture. But even if there are kind of areas around you, look after your own. Lead from where you are. Just want to remember and encourage you to think that way and to work that way. Don't be the Las Vegas Raiders of your organization. Be the, I hesitate to say it, I want to say Edmonton Oilers, but I'm not sure they're going to win tonight. Be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the New England Patriots or the Tampa Bay Lightning. You be that franchise, be that group, and have fun doing it. That's it. Great hanging out with you. Hey, subscribe to one of our YouTube channels or to to our newsletter that comes out. We've been doing for 10 years. Having to say there's some wisdom in that 10 years of stuff that Gary and I have been putting together. I don't know, might have to dig for it, but it's there. Hang out with us. We love it. And as we try to create our own culture and contribute to growing great cultures and activating and amplifying great leadership, which you are. Thank you. Bye for now.